Lord, I need you now more than ever. Together, I search the world till my head hurt to find out your ways better. His way is definitely better. Good morning, guys. Happy lives, positive vibes. Let's jump right in. Our first reading we're going to do today says, when God asks us to set out, we can get so focused on moving forward and getting to the promised land that we forget that the real point of the journey is our relationship. Yes, God moves us forward, but most of all, He simply wants us. That's a very good one. All right. So, our next one. Don't let controversy hurt your soul. Live near to God by prayer. Just fall down at His feet and open your very soul before Him and throw yourself right into His arms. That one's written by Catherine Booth. So, that's very true. I like that one. Live near to God by prayer, especially, guys. If you go backwards in my videos, like a little ways back, I used to say it was one of my longest videos, but then I accidentally made a couple more that long. But it's like a 5-minute video. So go look at that and see what I was praying about and what happened. You'll see I'll give you a hint. There's a really crashed green car in the video. If you look, it's a 5-minute video. But guys, I was praying when it happened. Like as it happened. Like when it happened, I was praying. So anyways, yeah. Throw yourself right into His arms, guys. God is there for you. Okay? Let's jump right into God's promises. And June 29th, God's promises says, He who trusts in the Lord, mercy shall surround him. Psalm 32, verse 10. I believe that 100%. At times, God requires a season of waiting before He sends His blessing. Then trust becomes your greatest asset. If you don't trust God with your need, you will cry out in fear and panic. Very true. At one point during a storm on the Sea of Galilee, the disciples thought they would perish, but Jesus commanded the wind and waves to be still. He taught those men how to trust Him even in the most temptatious of circumstances, and He is teaching you to watch and wait for His outstretched arm. That's really pretty. Written by Charles Stanley into His presence. I like that one, guys. You know what? It's crazy to think, like, Jesus commanded the wind and waves to be still. Could you imagine that? And you know what's even crazier is I 100% believe that. Guys, back in the day, there was like, I know some of you have heard me talk about when I was homeless, but I remember one of the times I was homeless, like, sneaking in somewhere just because it was so cold. I was trying to be warm and sleep. And, you know, I didn't harm nothing. I didn't graffiti the walls. I didn't do any bad stuff. I literally just was cold. And, but long story short, there were a few times out there when I would walk and it was like ice on the ground and snowing. And I remember one night walking in the snow, and I remember being absolutely terrified because it was like 4 a.m. No girl should be out at 4 a.m. Nobody should, actually. And, but I was really cold and I didn't know where to go, and I just was going, I guess. And it was just like, I remember being so scared of the dark, and the snow lit the entire city up. Like, it wasn't dark anymore. It was like, I went outside. I was scared because it was dark. I went outside and it was all bright and snowy. Not to mention it wasn't cold at all. My socks did get wet and my feet got cold. But God kept me safe and kept me warm enough. I definitely didn't freeze to death. So, you know, He can do stuff like that. God was with me the entire time. I could not have done it without Him. With that being said, guys, we'll do Jesus Calling next. Happy lives, positive vibes. See you on my live later. Gator. Bye.